Two bonding behaviors that will save your relationship. What are bonding behaviors? Or let me explain that a little bit. So, we're talking about behaviors, interactions within a romantic partnership, within an intimate partnership, that are outside sexual penetration, that are outside the act of sex and mating and connecting in that way. We're talking about bonding behaviors that promote closeness and emotional intimacy. Now, why are these important? Because there's something called the 2-week passion cycle. Now, what research says is that during this 2-week passion cycle, we become distant from those that we have sex with. We have a massive rise and spike in dopamine, and then that spike comes down. And we almost develop this disconnection, disdain, sometimes frustration, sometimes agitation, sometimes sadness and depression. And you notice this after orgasm or ejaculation. It's a really interesting concept, right? And this 2-week passion cycle, we become distant from each other. Now, in order to mitigate that, we have to engage in something called bonding behavior. So there's two things that drive us in the world. Two things that drive us as human beings at a biological, genetic level. There's this need to procreate. So we're unconsciously driven by this need to procreate, and we attract and connect in that way. But we're also driven by bonding behaviors. Now, when it comes down to the crunch, what really takes precedence and more prominence is this mateship type of behavior, but it doesn't sustain relationships. As we've evolved over time as sentient beings, very social, relational beings, we require bonding behaviors to help us get closer and stay closer, to look after our young, to communicate effectively, to have support in our lives. Now, this doesn't necessarily just apply to romantic or erotic partnerships in any capacity. It applies to the human condition in human relationships. But bonding behaviors and being proactive and deliberate with bonding behaviors in your relationship can be a game changer. Now, let me give you two. One, hugging. You're like, wow, hugging, that's it? That's all you've got? That's hugging? Yeah, hugging. Super simple. Hug for a minimum of 20 to 30 seconds with your partner at least once a day. That's going to promote oxytocin. It's going to bring you closer physically and emotionally. It's going to help you really feel that person and be in their presence, and likewise, hug. Make it a point to hug your partner 20 to 30 seconds at least once a day. And there's no intention, there's no agenda, there's no intention to further the hug, there's no agenda beyond that, it's just a hug. The intrinsic value of hugging and connecting. Next, eye gazing. Make eye contact with your partner when you are communicating, and go a step further than that. And beyond that, spend 3 to 6 minutes every day, maybe in the morning when you're awake, maybe in the evening, and if you're not living with your partner, that's okay, when you see them, 3 to 6 minutes every day, just gazing into each other's eyes. You can sit down, you can be in a yum position, you can have clothes on, you can have clothes off. I suggest having clothes on. Make it about the eyes and just connect. Just breathe rhythmically, slowly, try and match each other's breath, and just look into each other's eyes. And when you're looking into each other's eyes and gazing, think about and feel into the gratitude and appreciation you have for them. Now, if you're not with your partner physically, maybe you're isolated at the moment, or you just want to connect, they're traveling, you're traveling, whatever it may be, you can't physically hug each other, but you can gaze. You can do a video call, you can gaze into each other's eyes, and maybe you can reminisce and you can speak to some of those times that you were hugging and bring that memory and that feeling into your body, into your being, into your heart. These are two bonding practices of many that you can engage in to begin to cultivate a deeper connection in your partnership and in your relationships in life, full stop. You can do this with friends as well, by the way. You can do this with family members. You don't have to just do this with your partner. But two bonding behaviors that are really going to help you grow deeper. Now, if you're looking to expand your sense of self, to understand yourself at a deeper level, to maybe you've struggled with love and connection, intimacy in your life, maybe you just want to take your intimacy to the next level, take my love block assessment to help you realize what's blocking you from experiencing magnificent, true, and powerful love. Swipe up You'll get the link there.